Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing absolutely fantastic today. Wanted to get started on another playthrough of Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. I've already done one playthrough as an angel, and I'll release my review of the game soon. But now I want to be absolutely evil. I kind of halfway went through an evil playthrough as a demon, but I'll be honest, I wasn't really impressed with the demon mythic path. Nothing about it looked all that great. So I've decided to roll a different character this time. I'm really excited to see what the Lich is like. So I'm going to try to roll a character based around that. So we're going to be a Herald Caller, because I believe that class, specializes in summoning. And I want to be somebody who will just throw out undead and hordes at my enemies. I think I'm going to roll with Tiefling. He's nice and tall, got a wizard look to him, that works. I want to specialize, since I'm a cleric, I want to specialize in wisdom, right? And a dexterity bonus isn't bad either. Let's see, lacking any sense of empathy or pity. False spawn often abhor all ways of life but their own. That sounds awesome. This one also increases wisdom. Crude and boorish. Ooh, and he gets a +2 racial bonus to lore and persuasion. This is pretty good as well. Who else raises wisdom? Hellspawn, they do not suffer. Nope, he's not from the Abyss. He wants the Abyss and the heavens to bow to him, so I don't want to be a Hellspawn. Let's see. Okay, so it seems like it's between False Spawn. Ooh, +2 racial bonus saving throw against enchantment spells and effects. You know what? I'm going to go with that. False Spawn it is. They inflict severe emotional and physical pain on others and never stop picking at the resulting psychological scars. Sounds like my guy. Let's roll with it. Alright, and of course, he's going to worship Orgatha, or however it is you pronounce this guy's name. We definitely want to go with that undead. Death, evil, magic, strength, war. I'm not big on any of these domains, honestly, nor am I big on the Scythe, but I don't care. It's all about role-playing. I want to be consistent. He's a necromancer. This is absolutely the person that he would go with. Obviously, I'm channeling negative energy because I'm going to be evil as all hell. Which of these? It doesn't really matter that much. I think I'm just going to go with evil, because I'll get death when I get the mystical path for Lich. So, and don't need charisma, don't need intelligence, don't need strength either. I'm going to max out wisdom, and I'm going to get a nice bit of dexterity, and then put the rest in constitution. I know it kind of makes more sense to go 13 constitution and 20 dexterity, but I'm just weird like that. I hate the number 13. I can't have it on one of my attributes, so we're going to have to stick with this. Okay, going next. I only get 1 skill point. That's fine. Persuasion is the only thing I need to build up for him. And next, spell focus. So, I know at some point, you know what, I'm going to take what I know I need, which is necromancy, but I'll probably have to throw something else on there, because I want to have him, in addition to summons, I might as well give him some crowd control, or I might have him be the one who blows people up, maybe some evocation. We'll see. And then Acolyte, so I can use my wisdom modifier instead of charisma for persuasion checks. We also get the lore religion, but that doesn't matter since I only get 1 skill point. And then for alignment, I think I want to do chaotic evil. That seems throwing out hordes of undead allies at my enemies seems like a very chaotic thing to do. Doesn't seem particularly lawful. So I'll go with that. And then appearance. You know, I'm not going to play with this all that much. They've already said that there's not nearly the amount of options there'll be in the full release. I'll wait until they have more options. I played around with it before and wasn't all that impressed. So, this is fine. I'll let it go for now. You know, yeah, and I don't even have... He doesn't have any hair or horn options. Yeah, let's let it go.
A mere flesh wound.
Alright, so this is a mage.
Calm down. Not dead yet.
It's not regressive, definitely not reserved, not particularly brave either, hiding behind his summons, definitely not pious.
All I see is blackness.
He is a madman, but I don't like the madman voice for this.
Their life ends here.
Confident, there we go. Confident his abilities, knows what he's gonna do. And hey, why not? Go ahead and use my name. My character's name has been chosen. Here we go.
I have no use for this.
Yeah, you do. Alright. And all these lovely things. Let's get started. Oh. What a lovely party. The only thing that can make it better is a bunch more undead. Hey, somebody, we got a wounded fighter. Can we get a heal over here? My, would you look at this? But why would they drag a wounded fighter in the middle of a festival square? Couldn't he be carted off somewhere else, like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch? Oh, Derek. I'm definitely a fan of his personality. Hold on. Make room, everyone. Step back. Now, what's the matter? What happened to him? You hear the stern voice of an elderly man, but you're so weak you can't even turn your head to look in his direction. The wound looks nasty. Who did this to him? Demons, prelate. We found him barely alive outside the walls of Canembers. The walls, you say? The enemy doesn't usually stray so close to the city. We must fortify the defenses, and you, hold fast, don't die. We'll see you right. More people walking over. Who's this? We'll get you patched up now. But first, you there, guard, take his weapons. Bearing arms is not permitted during the festival. Wounded or not, everyone must abide by the rules. He can get his things back after the festival. I have lost. I had a light mace, an iron scythe, and an ever-burning torch. That's kind of rough. They were all cold iron? Well, nice. Oh, inheritor, leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor. Iomade? I'm not sure how to pronounce her name now that I think about it. We'll go with that. Iomade. I beseech you, grant your mercy. Heal his wounds. Healing light envelops you, but your pain lessens only slightly. What would I do? I'm definitely not... Oh, no. Well, grit your teeth in silence. These people are beneath me. Ordinary healing magic is having no effect. Someone, call for Terran Delev. You there. Yes, you. Stop dithering and gulping and make yourself useful. Go and get Terran Delev. Prelate, of all the... Have you forgotten that you were speaking to a lady? I am not a lackey to be ordered about. I'll get her. Terran Delev. Has anyone seen Terran Delev? Be quick about it, before it's too late. The old man leans over you. Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces. What did I say? You know what? I'd say my name, because I want them to remember it. That's the first I've heard of that name. Who are you then? What's your business in the city? My dear prelate, please, For the sake of the festivities, leave this poor man in peace. He has been through enough already. Go on. I'll take care of him. All right, as you wish. You are a protector and a dragon at that, so I should defer to your wisdom. But be on your guard. I've been informed he was wounded near Canibris. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls, and the city is crawling with their spies. Others might be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I, not the defenders of the city. Muttering discontentedly, the old man walks off. What a grump. Restoration greater. Woo. It's quite a while in this game before you get access to that spell. A beautiful silver-haired woman leans over you. She seems ageless, her face wholly unlined, but centuries-old sadness gleams in her eyes. Pain, retreat. Life, vanquish the shadow of death. Body, cast off your suffering. The longer she speaks, the stronger her voice becomes. There. So she's like almost the exact opposite of what I'm trying to become. Let's see. Are you really a dragon? I'm not thinking of anything. You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my ice breath to win your trust. The woman lets out a melodious laugh. Pay no mind to my current guise. I appear this way when I walk among the people. I would hamper the festivities if I try to attend in my true form. Who are you? My name is Terran-Delev. I am the protector of this city. What happened to me? I do not know yet, and that troubles me. I am not entirely sure what the demons did to you. This wound is no ordinary injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have rid you of your pain and restored your strength, but only time will allow you to fully heal. Can I go? Certainly, but be careful. I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not healed you fully. Alas, sooner or later, your pain will return. But do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that. Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Terran-Delev, protector of Canibris. We will find a way to help you. But for now, put this out of your mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines. Merriment indeed. Let's see. I already know how to move. Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure that portrait was in Kingmaker. This portrait, even though I love it, I'm looking forward to what their new tiefling portraits are going to be. But this one will do for now. In fact, now that I think about it, I never used it in the Kingmaker game. You call that a punch? How dare you? I'll have you know, punching is not the main way that I choose to attack. Feel thankful I don't have my wand on me. Boom. Pandemonium. Oof. This beginning, to me, is so much better than Kingmaker. I mean, Kingmaker was cool. They send you off on that quest, but, you know, you weren't really, you kind of chose whether or not you were personally invested in it. But with this, demons coming out of the sky, surrounding everything, you have no choice but to fight. There's really no choice about being personally invested in what's happening. Right away, you're like, okay, I'm all in on what's going on. Of course, keep in mind this is the beta, so everything doesn't look the way it's supposed to. This will not be the final look. Oof. I was really looking forward to meeting her too. That's rough. That is super, super rough. Discari's here. Discari himself. Blimey. 1 minute we had a dragon, the next, bam! She was gone. The halfling's armor is splashed with blood, and he is armed to the teeth with a sword, a blade, a hatchet on his belt, and a crossbow on his back. His voice sounds familiar to you. Let's see. I don't care right now if I've seen you before. Give me a weapon. I need to defend myself. Hey, sure thing. Here, take this. The halfling holds out the crossbow. Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it could pierce the hide of a demon lord even. Interesting. I want to understand what's going on. Who is Discari? You must have got a good drubbing around the head, brother. Discari is a demon lord, the most fearsome enemy of all crusaders and all living things, come to think of it. What's the situation, City? Who knows? Everything's on fire, crashing down around our ears. The place is crawling with demons. Looks like a whole army attacked the city. We're sitting ducks. Alright, since I guess we're still talking, where have I seen you? Yeah, you have. You owe me your life. I'm the one who found you outside the walls and brought you inside to be healed. He looks you over. You see that passed you up. Good thing they did it before the attack, or else you'd have been done for. I'm going to go ahead and try to fight him. Yeah, good luck with that. Try not to get eaten now. The halfling's words are drowned out by a terrible rumbling and the rustling of countless tiny wings. Wow, that is quite the monster design. You won't get the best of me. Not even thinking about you. Oof. Got that. No! Alright, and now the game truly begins. Great opening. Great opening. I'll be honest.
The silver dragon, Terendelev, the defender of Catacomb, fell in battle.
Another moderator.
Hardly surprising, as she had to fight the demon lord Discari himself. He willed the land to part and swallow all who dared to stand in his way. But the war was still far from over.
Damn right. Trapped in the darkness. I'll be honest, I'm not one of those guys who's really a huge fan of you just wake up somewhere and have no idea who you are, blah, blah, blah. And, you have no real sense of your background. I know some people love that in their role-playing games, but if I had to play that type of game, this is compelling enough that, again, I still want to understand what's going to happen and feel invested in my character. So, I'll take it. Sela. What up, girl? Whoa. Her picture's different. That's super weird. She's supposed to have the picture with her and the shield and standing upright. This is a old character creation picture. Is this a bug? Yeah, let me report this just in case. Sorry, 1 second. Character photo is coming up with a character creation picture instead of the one she should have. And of course, they'll see the screenshot, so shouldn't be a problem. They'll know what I'm talking about. Okay. Anevia, holy mother of a small woman with messy brown hair, winces in pain, uttering a stream of curses through clenched teeth. She is pinned to the ground by a couple of weighty boulders. Oh, there it goes. That's interesting. Okay. Hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky you fell down into a black hole, but at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. The young woman in knight's armor studies the rocks intently, clearly trying to work out how to move them. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs? I feel them all right. Wouldn't say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back still seems to be in one piece. My head too. That's all that matters. Now we're going to... Hey! Spotting you. The knight reaches for her sheathed weapon, but after scrutinizing your face momentarily, she raises her hand in greeting. Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terran Delev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under these boulders? Why should I help her? What kind of question is that? We should help her because we're crusaders and not animals or demons. That's why. I'm going to go with the diplomacy. Evil. I don't help anyone for free. The knight opens her mouth to object, but the wounded woman stops her and retrieves a gold pouch from her inside pocket. Sure thing. You don't see anything after all. Here, take this. It's all I got. And now do me a favor and get me out of here. This position ain't as comfy as it looks. 200 gold coins. That's not bad. Come on, y'all. Summoning all your strength, you manage to lift the rocks up enough to free the wounded woman from the rubble. The woman feels her legs. Damn it all. I think it's broken. Ah, well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Fishing a piece of twine from her pocket, she gets to work. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Anivia Tiribade of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have had something nasty planned. What actually happened, though, now that I did not see it coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that. Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Iomede. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendev and fight demons, and well, I've been fighting for a while now. Sela's expression darkens. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Kenabres has lost the protection of Terran Delev, and the Wardstone too looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Almeide's herald with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it, but there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets. Yep, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Kenabres will never give in. Simple as. And Nevia's eyes shift to you. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you? I didn't come to sing Destiny. But they don't need to know that. My name is Samori. Good to meet you. Now, tell us all about yourself. Whoa, girl, slow down. Exchanging names is enough for now. We don't have time to be swapping life stories. We need to find a way out of here. Anivia tightly ties off the twine on her improvised splint and, leaning on a stick, hauls herself to her feet. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're going to have to go the long way around. To summarize, there are 3 of us with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters, beware. Sela winks. Anivia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward. May the good deities lead us back to the open sky soon. Hey, I've got a party. Let's go. Anything to pick up here? Anything to pick up here? Nope. I'll just take everything there. What's in it?
In due time.
And what do we have here? Who's there? The fine apparel of this young half-elf woman is torn and stained with blood, dust, and dirt. However, she holds herself with such dignity that you would have been forgiven for thinking you were at a high society party and not in the dank catacombs under the city. Her fingers grip her rapier hilt with confidence, ready to draw it at a moment's notice. At her feet lies a dead body so mutilated that at first glance it's hard to tell if it's animal or human. Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye with that thing, alright? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Amori Sykes, and Anivia. We're looking for a way back to the surface. Really? I'm ever so glad to hear it. The girl relaxes slightly, but she keeps her hand on her sheathed weapon. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Camellia. I was also in the square when... Her self-control falters for a moment, and you glimpse the fear beneath her mask of perfect placidity. She licks her lips nervously. I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively, it now seems, that the ward stone protected us from attack. And Terran Delev? I can't wrap my head around it. Not many could withstand a strike from a demon lord, not even Terran Delev. I can't argue with that. We're fortunate to be alive, albeit underground. Discari himself has come to Canebras. There's no mistaking that ugly mug. Terran Delev tried to fight him, but what could she do against a near deity? Even the wardstone was no help. Our city used to be protected by powerful forces, but now... Anivia shakes her head. We've seen how powerless they truly are. Camellia finishes Anivia's thought with ruthless precision. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely on, I suppose. What happened to the man? I want to revive his dead body. I don't know. He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he was already dead, sadly. He didn't get those wounds from the fall. Sela's eyes warily scan the area. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far. Anivia peers at the dead man's face. Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravishanal, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace. Tell me more about yourself. The girl gives an elegant shrug. Who am I? Just an ordinary citizen who decided to take a stroll through the square on the day of the festival. But that's not what you wish to know, is it? You most likely wish to know whether I'll be a burden should you ask me to join your group. No need to worry about that. I can assure you that I am skilled with a rapier, and I also possess some knowledge of magic. She touches the polished snake skull amulet that hangs around her neck. Well, do you want to join us? Certainly. Survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves? We need to keep moving. There must be a way back to the surface somewhere around here. That's right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble. Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kind of need all the supplies we can get right now. Alright. Got that. You know what? I never looked at my spell book. Why did they not give me my domain spell? I don't really need bless. I might as well get used to summoning now. Shield of Faith isn't bad. Cause fear. Is that necromancy? It is necromancy. Is that the only necromancy spell here? Probably. And Ray of Sickening, of course. Okay, cool. Oh, and inflict light wound spells are necromancy. Oh, cool. Alright. And then does she get any yet? No, but she does, right? Alright, she has Enlarged Person. That's her domain slot. Nothing I can do about that. She's got a couple of heal spells. That's good. And nothing to worry about there. Alright, and inventory finally. Nothing there. What do I want? You know what? You can stick with ranged. She already has what she needs. Who do I want to give this to? You are lawful good. You know what, Sela? I like you so much as a character, even though I'm playing as an evil person, I'm keep you around. So we can listen to you whine and complain about all the horrible things I do. Alright, and let's make sure. You up front. You up front. Put me a little bit back further. All right. Now let's go. I know.
Let me draw the first
I
blood.
don't need that. What? You actually let that little thing hit you? Come on, Sealer.
I'm there.
You're embarrassing us right now. Such a creature is beneath our notice. Try again.
Break against our resolve.
Oh my god, he ran past you all and went straight to me. It's not cool.
This will hurt. Their life ends here.
There we go. That's one. And that's two. Excellent.
I do what I must.
We all do what we must. What was that? Braces of armor. Seela, you could probably make use of that, can't you, girl? Alright, go ahead and save.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
Come on. I'm not wasting my summoning skills on these creeps. Yeah, you all are beneath my notice.
Go for their hearts!
They will break against our resolve.
There we go. Spitting giant centipede. Oh crap. I didn't even realize how badly she was getting up. Oh, she doesn't have lay on hands yet. Oh man, I don't have a way to heal her right now. Other than using a potion, which I'm not going to do. We're gonna just roll with this as is for a little while. Oh, wait.
Open
Doesn't
their
she?
hearts.
Yeah. Okay.
Magritium Turinos.
There you go.
Magritium
Refresh you
Turinos.
soon. This will be fine for now. Hello, Windar. So good to see you. No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere. You struggle to make out the man's features in the gloom. As soon as he steps into the circle of light, however, you realize that you have never encountered a creature like this before. The stranger looks like the work of a vivisectionist who attempted to stitch together a lizard and a man. The man notices you and freezes. The curling horn protruding from his head casts a malevolent shadow on the cave wall. Winddog! Lan, did you find it? The woman looks just as strange as her companion, like a cross between a cat and a spider. When she catches sight of you, she immediately drops into a fighting stance. Her movements reveal the lethal grace of a wild predator. Who is that? The do-good is here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Lan stops her with a gesture. Wait, they might know what's going on up there. Why should I tell you anything? I just thought it would be nice to know why the roof was shaking. Ooh, perception. Lan tries to appear nonchalant, but he is visibly agitated. What happened on the surface has caused problems for us, and we need to fix them. Tieflings? Winddog casts a contentious look at you. You think our forebears sullied themselves by mating with demons like yours did? No. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the underground crusaders, the children of the Crusade's finest. Sadly, underground crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels. Winddog lets out a disdainful huff. You just love repeating that, don't you, lad? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us, but we call ourselves nethers. No matter what you call us, it's not going to stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing. I've never heard of underground crusaders before. In Canterbury's, they're called the mongrels. People say that they come to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander alone after midnight. Sealer turns to Lan and Winddog. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night. Winddog gives a contentious snort. Everything irritates her. That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Galarian, and for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children. Land size. Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed. And when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are and they'll love us for it. He leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines. What is this place? This is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this. Trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits. This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short, our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else, and that our lives are not lived in vain. Nevia lets out a low whistle. The first Crusaders? You've been down here that long? That's crazy. What are you doing here? That's none of your... We're looking for a holy sword. It was here in the center, sticking out of a rock. Land frowns. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Saul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now is the time for the underground crusaders to take up arms. If we get the holy sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind. Windog, everything is up with this chick. Windog huffs a breath. It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan? I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. He chuckles. Speaking of which, you're still here, Windu, which means that deep down you know it's possible. Winddog shrugs and turns away. Let's see. Might as well tell him what's going on. Demons are laying waste to Cambries. Lan's expression hardens. If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry. Winddog looks you over, considering something. You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it! I couldn't care less what's happening on the surface, but the maze. I realize that you have your own troubles, but we need to be in Cambries. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out. Maze, does it really lead to the surface? Yes, there are the ways up, but they are far from here, and after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed. But the maze, there's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be the signal for us, the underground crusaders, that the time has come to go up the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Winddog snorts. Until then, people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze, and even I don't know if it's true. But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means it really must lead to the surface. When the ceiling collapsed and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off towards the maze. His eyes are filled with genuine concern. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Winddog too much. Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze in the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. You hear a hint of emotion in Winddog's voice for the first time. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other. A sword of holy flame. How did it wind up down here? It came here with its owner a long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise. 70 years ago in Uplander time, Wendell rewards land with an irritated glare. 50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock. No one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch like real fire. So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere. Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos. Lan, watch your tongue. We'll find the sword fast. We'll work together. I'll help you. I can help you, but you're going to have to pay for it. Absolutely. Windog laughs. Of course. How about we do this? You help us, and we don't leave you here to rot in these underground tunnels that only we know. I think that sounds fair. We could throw in a dozen fresh rats to sweeten the deal. Wow, that's a tempting offer in these parts. Lan grows serious. Help us, and we'll help you. This is very important. Wendell believes the maze leads to the outside. She knows what she's talking about. All right, underground folks, you got yourselves a deal. But if you find the sword first, don't forget we helped you. Our agreement still stands. All right, let's sign this sword. Hey, there's something there. Statue of number 9. Oh, that's because your check failed. Awesome. Let's go over here. How's this doing over here? Hey, found something over there. Pick that up. What is that? Grinding stone.
What do we have here?
That perception check succeeded. Collect.
I found
Hey, what's that?
something.
That's the way out over there. And
Interesting.
hey,
No, what is that?
hey. Oh, yeah, this is the sword. I'm kind of disappointed you can't pick the sword up and carry it with you, but whatever. Day 14, month Gazrin, IV 4, year 4710. A strange flash pierces the gloom as Samoy Sykes feels drops of searing blood run down his chest. The wound healed by Terran Delev reopens and weeps scarlet. But there is no pain or weakness. A hazy scene appears, a cave chamber, this one or another one entirely. Samoy Sykes' heartbeat quickens and a stream of thoughts suddenly bursts into his mind, thoughts that clearly belong to another. Treachery. They betrayed me, trapped me, and stabbed me in the back. My trusted allies, my treasured friends, the people I swore to protect. The people for whom I descended from heaven and came to this turbulent, mortal world. There they are, up ahead in the gloom of the cave. What are they waiting for? Are they afraid to draw any closer? Do they believe I'm about to die from their traitorous blows? Next to me, a quiet moan. A girl with a golden braid lies on the rocks, clutching her slashed side. She refused to join with the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. While I still have strength, I must. While recognizing the foreign origin of these thoughts, Samoy Sykes intuits that he can control them somehow. Let's try to heal the wounded girl. A spark of healing magic illuminates the eerie, murky scene before Samoy Sykes. The wounded girl opens her eyes and whispers, Ariel, you said that everything was going to change soon. You said you and the other warriors of heaven would be leading us on a grand mission to stop the demons forever. Is that true? The frenzy of foreign thoughts comes faster and faster like a rushing river, and images flash by one after another. A priestess in colorful robes observing the stars, a young female paladin praying, clutching her glowing sword, a majestic golden winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet, but his voice ringing clear. Only if you're willing, and only if you're ready. There is no going back. Then don't waste your strength healing me, the girl whispers. Your mission is more important. You take care. It is near. There in the vision, the darkness in the cave stirs into motion. Something massive appears from within its depths. A vague shadow, an outline, a nightmare come to life. A wave of odious chirruping and rustling emanates from the shadow, the sound piercing like hot irons lacing through flesh and bone. The traders fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy, and the wounded girl thrashes in their death throes. The yawning chest wound burns white hot. Samori Sykes' head pounds with pain, and it is no longer clear whose pain it is, the person called Lariel who sent this vision, or the one unlucky enough to receive it. Alright, what's more? What's better? I've got an 8 on will, and I've got a -1 on Arcana. Well, we'll try will. But Samori Sykes is determined to fight out the illusion. Hey! Success! The force of the attack, though originating in a vision, is terrifying. But Samori Sykes is stronger. He shakes off the pain and torpor, but alas, the one who sent the vision cannot claim the same. He is broken and exhausted. A monstrous shadow emerges from the murk of the cave. It is not real. It exists only in this strange vision or memory, but the thrill of fear it provokes is more than real. The shadow's features starkly resemble those of Discari, the terrifying demon lord. In a movement as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they called Lariel. The foolish angel struggling on the rocks like a fly with its wings torn off, intones the shadow. Its voice changes at its move. I don't know if that's something I can replicate, but I'll try. Shifting from a quiet whispering to a sonorous shout, becoming young, then old and quavering. Where is your goddess angel? Where is her self-assured herald? How is it that you're dying here alone, so far from the light of your heaven? A strange calm envelops the thoughts of the one called Lariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down before this enemy. The flaming sword flares to life in his hand, bright, pure, flickering with multicolored sparks like a sunbeam through stained glass. Slash! The blade slices through the demonic creature's flesh, and the monster recoils with a howl, releasing his grip on Lariel's throat. The angel falls back heavily on the rocks. His vitality is ebbing, but his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword, and with his last burst of strength, plunges it into the rock. Samori Sykes senses that the vision is fading, the rush of thoughts diminishing, like a river running dry. The last thing he hears is this: "You will kill me, monster, this I know. But one day someone will come here and raise up my sword. They will raise it up and..." Well, I'm certainly not saving and protect the innocent, so punish evildoers and traitors. The vision disappears, vanishing in a burst of colors. Samori Sykes does not hear the final words, but he seems to complete the thought, taking it to heart. The words fly from his lips, and with them, something else. The heat blazing in Samori Sykes' chest fades away. The edges of the scarlet wound close, leaving not even a scar behind. Looking down, Samori Sykes sees the flaming sword in his hand, or rather its outline, the memory of what the sword looked like. With a final surge of warm and soothing light, the sword vanishes, and the light is drawn into his hand. Samori Sykes senses that it will return. All he need do is call it. Did my first playthrough as an angel. It was amazing. They did that story exactly right. It is, you truly feel like a warrior of heaven involved in things that are beyond your understanding. I absolutely loved it. Can't wait for this game to release. Angel will absolutely be my first playthrough. And the visual effects of heaven make it even better. The light effects that happen around you when you're using that power, and they're not even finished with it, so I know it's going to be even better in the full release. Hey, Samori Sykes, are you all right? You were kind of glowing just now. Sela kneels before the light, offering up a prayer to Iomede. Yeah, you won't be praying to me soon. Lan looks at you, dumbfounded. That was it! The light of heaven! But how? Winddog frowns. What did you do with it? Where did it go? You saw it too, the trader's dagger, I think. I don't care if you saw it. I care what I've experienced. Lariel? That really was Lariel? I'm sorry, let me read the response. I think I saw the memories of Lariel, the angel who died here. Lariel? That really was Lariel, the angel from the legends? The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled. Winddog watches you with suspicion. You? Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it, and now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions? Now, Winddog, don't be a sore loser. Lan nods towards you. He is clearly different to us. The sword appeared before him, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff, because he doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that. I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Saul, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' body were corrupted by the abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier. I don't want to use the angel path if I don't have to. Let's see. So, you saw too the trader's a dying girl. Lan looks around. It's only us here. Your group, you, me, Windu, and the light of heaven that sort of got sucked into you. Any chance you could whip it out again? We do kind of need it. It sounds so wrong. Lan rubs his chin anxiously. Sorry, I crack jokes when I get nervous, and when I'm upset. And when I'm happy. Anyway, what I said, it came out wrong. We need to bring you to Chief Saul. You can show everyone the light of heaven. We'll rally the tribe and go into the maze and we'll get back our kid. And what if you can't make it happen a second time? What then? The tribe will just say we're crazy and turn its back on us. Alright, so you do need to use it. Seems I can control it. That's just a small little display. That is just wow. I mean, that's amazing. Heaven has truly blessed you, Samori Sykes. Why, thank you. Winddog stares at the divine light as if transfixed. This power is the most majestic thing I've seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan? Yes, it's similar, but this light is more golden. Lan drags his gaze away from it. Chief Saul needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. Lan looks at you pleadingly. You uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then the perils of the maze won't be so bad. If we go together, we'll make our way through it and find the way to Canterbury's. Lead us to your chief, and I'll decide if I'm going to help you or not. Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
What do we have here?
What do we have here? All right. And hey, more people in the party. Why are we all... Oh, is that because I just picked up the sword? I'm like, why are we all getting protection from evil?
The mongrel did it.
Cool. All right. Mongrel did do it.
You are today's sacrifice.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
Do-do. And okay. There's nothing up there. Every event is documented. Yep. The log is very nice.
The inheritor. God, they will break against it.
Lovely. so. Other stuff. Save in case this goes poorly.
Thanks, Lan.
Hey.
You're so awesome, Lan.
You are awesome.
The
Ever so
spirits
often.
demand your blood.
Tear your throat out.
Tear your throat out. Excellent. Bing. Hey, Wand of Cure Light Wounds. Excellent.
I'm off.
Yeah, a little healing. Alright. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Keep them away from me. There we go. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Ooh, masterwork light crossbow. Well, isn't that nice?
What's that there?
Make every strike count.
Ba-doom. Obliteration. I'm about to sell stuff. We'll take all that anyway. One dog glances at Lan, who is fixing his slit bowstring, and quickly walks over to you. Her cat-like eyes glow from beneath her hood. Listen here, you. I don't know who you are, where you come from, but you and I are the only two people here who see things clearly. That's why I'm asking you. Don't show the light of heaven to Saul. Lan is sure that the light should be shown to mongrels. I thought you considered mongrels to be great warriors. Don't you want to save the kids? Lan is sure about it, why aren't you? Lan, Windog grimaces and a guttural husky snarl unfurls in her throat. He wants to play the hero. His first idea, if you remember, was to grab the sword and run headlong into the maze. Does that sound like a plan to you? To me, it sounds like suicide. The worst part is that the tribe might actually take his words to heart and follow where he leads. You don't consider them great warriors? The descendants of great warriors. I believe that my people are worthy of greatness, that we are strong and can do many things. That's why we're chased down here. We scared people. But it's one thing to go hunting in the caves and another to fight in the shield maze. Windog leans closer, her pupils dilating. I've been there. I spent my whole life training so I can make it through all the way to the end. There were more of us trackers at the start. We were young and stupid. What are a couple of monsters when there's a whole world out there waiting for us? That's what we thought, but we weren't prepared. The maze isn't just a physical challenge, it tricks you. It makes you doubt your own mind. It's cunning and full of traps. It's dark as a primordial night. At some point, you start to think you're in the guts of a living creature that's just swallowed you whole, and the air itself is eating away at your flesh. Windog looks away. I had to learn from my friends' mistakes. I had to step over their bodies and go further. I don't want to have to do that again, and it will happen again if a crowd of ill-prepared fighters burst into the maze with no idea where they are going, all because Lan believes that a glowing sword will solve all our problems. Don't you want to save the kids? I do want to. But I'm not going to risk the future of the tribe for the sake of a few stupid kids. Chief Soul is hesitant, and for good reason. He also understands how dangerous this is for the tribe. Lan's the only one who benefits from these childish games of heroism. I'll go along if I have to and find them, or whatever's left of them, without any heroics, relying only on myself, risking only my life. Windog slows. You and your friends, you can come with me. Perhaps we can make it to the end of the maze together and find the way out to the surface. I'll think about it. Windog nods. Don't show the light. Don't show the chief the light, and I'll lead you through the maze to the surface. I swear it. Beep, beep, beep. Don't show tutorials. I don't think that button really works though, to be honest with you. That's why I didn't try it earlier. I think the tutorials still just continue to pop up, even from that basic group. All right, loot, loot, loot. Mongrel, mongrel. Mongrel, mongrel.
I'm there.
What's this? Hey, take it to Chief. Your first impression of the mongrel village is of a squalid dump with the odors to match. Unblinking, glowing eyes watch you from the gloom, and deformed shadows slope between the huts. You see some mongrels gutting white, eyeless fish, while others are repairing fishing nets. All the signs of normal village life, but tense expectation hangs in the air. A heavy-set, aged mongrel slowly shuffles his way toward you. The hair on his head grows in limp, wispy strands, and his face has a distinctly rat-like appearance with pronounced teeth, and you hear a rattling sound in his chest with every breath he takes. One of his eyes is white, fully scarred by cataracts, while the other gleams with moisture. Uplanders. End times are upon us indeed. Chief Saul, we found the angel sword, and we found the one who can wield it. Lan points at you. He had a vision, and now the angel sword is somehow inside him. Gather the tribe. Anyone who can hold a weapon. The young ones are still alive. We can go save them. Saul raises his hand with a ragged, broken fingernails. Ah, Lan, always dreaming. Always talking, too hasty for your own good. It's going to get you in trouble. So eyes you up and down. An uplander with the light of heaven? That's too good for us. Our kind don't even have good things happen. There's always some catch. Lan trusts people because he likes to believe. Isn't that right, Lan? I'm the chief. I don't work on faith. Show the light. Windog stares at you intently, like a cat watching a bird, and shakes her head in warning. Chaotic. Lan is mistaken. We didn't find the sword. Lan whips around to look at you, stunned. He clenches his fist for a moment as if planning to shake the truth out of you, but he quickly gets a handle on himself. I don't know why you're lying. No doubt you have your reasons. But I know it's a lie, and you know it. And Windu knows it. Lan turns to Windog. Tell him, Windu. Windog stares blankly back at him. I saw the light shining between the rocks, and then it went out. Lan saw what he wanted to see. Why are you doing this? Doing what? Telling the truth. Let's see. I don't want the blood of gullible mongrels on my hands. I don't give a damn about that. I'm not saying nothing. I'm the one in control. You saw some kind of light near me, and you thought that meant I now have the angel's sword. You were mistaken. There's no need to drag other people into it. The scaly half of Lan's faith is as expressionless as always, but the human half is twisted by the pain of betrayal. I see how it is. You and Windu have worked everything out between yourselves. Lan barks a hollow laugh. I'm such an idiot. Lan beats his fist against his forehead, causing a few scales to fly off. Oof, that had to be painful. An idiot who decided to trust you. Everyone around me said that they didn't want to go anywhere or save anyone, but I didn't believe them. I always have to take things farther than anyone else. Isn't that right, Chief? Fine. I see how things are. I don't need any more convincing. Lan offers a crooked smile. Pish, Lan. Miracles are not meant for us. We, the tribe, we wait. If you're one of us, you'll wait. I'm not going anywhere. Uplanders, rest now. There's a hut over there. You can rest there. Lan is silent, his eyes shifting from you and Saul to Windog. You made the right choice. It was the lesser of two evils. And now, rest. So we can be at our best when we go into the maze. I promise to lead you to the surface, and I will. Hey! New level. Lovely. Alright. Go this way first. Pick all that up. Alright, nothing over there. Human faces at last. An elderly man in expensive but not ostentatious clothes approaches you. His face is peppered with several healed cuts and bruises and twisted in an expression of extreme discontent. Oh, I thought the whole city was lost, that I should have lived out my remaining days down here with these. He gestures vaguely towards the mongrels. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Horgus Worm. Yes, that worm. You no doubt have heard of me if you spend any time at all in the city. I have a business proposition for you. Your name tells me nothing. Who are you? You truly are freshly arrived in the city then. You couldn't have picked a worse time, that's for certain. Only just arrived and the city's been razed to rubble. You should know that you are looking at one of the richest and most distinguished men in Cannabis. I may not be well known as certain swaggering loudmouths who spend their lives traipsing from one ball to the next, but the Worm Trading Company is one of the pillars of the city. I'll have you know. Did you see the marquees in the square? I paid for those. Tried any festival delicacies? You have Horgus Graham to thank for that. How did you end up here? Like everyone else, down I went with that accursed beetle cleave the ground in twain beneath our feet. I'm lucky I didn't break my neck in the fall, and I'm doubly lucky that I didn't encounter any subterranean cockroaches on my blind wanderings, and instead came across hunters from this settlement. Although I must say that when I first glimpsed their physiognomies, is that even a word? Physiognomies, my life flashed before my very eyes. But they turned out to be decent chaps, frightening to look at, but able to keep a bargain. I'm sorry, now I have to look that up because I have never heard of this word before. Physiognomies. Is that a word? Physiognomy. A person's facial features or expression, especially when regarded as indicative of character or ethnic origin. Interesting. We learn something new every day. You don't speak very kindly of the mongrels, even though they saved your life. Pah! Kind words are for people with hours to fritter away on pleasantries. Horgus Worm speaks his mind, and he pays for services rendered not with kind words, but with hard coin. I gave the mongrels my dagger in exchange for their help. Its handle is worth more than their whole village. What kind of business proposition? I don't know what is happening on the surface right now, but I am determined to find out. You have no intention of seeing out the rest of your days in this village, I suspect. We must find a route back to the surface, to the city, if there's anything left of it. You are young and strong. It will be no trouble to you. But I, alas, am not as fit as I once was. I can't go crawling about through caves playing at scouts. My proposition is simple. Lead me back to the city, and I shall pay you 1,000 gold coins. 2,000. Come on now. Yes! Horgus's gaze is piercing. Are you taking advantage of my dire circumstances? Very well. Make it 2,000. We have to go. Go on, go on. Don't forget our agreement. When you find the way out, be sure to tell me. All right. So, make a little extra money on the way out of here. Boom, 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 boom. Got that. Some more here. Let's check. This is where I came from, right? No, not quite. Right now, this is where I came from. Yep. Okay. So now I'll go this way. Give me some gold. There we go. Bam. And he's just sitting around fishing. Alright. Hey, what's in there? Collect all. Okay. Media. What's this about? This tragedy may not have happened if you spent less time surveilling honest citizens and more time tracking the real spies and demon worshippers. Brilliant idea. How come I didn't think of it? Now, if only the cultists would tell us they were cultists. Then we wouldn't have to waste time investigating honest citizens who decide to go all cloak and dagger right under our noses. Orgus and Anita sit some distance apart, sniping at one another in an idle fashion that testifies to their long acquaintance and mutual dislike. When they notice you, they quickly fall silent. Alright, out with it. What's the bad blood between you two about? It's an old matter. Mrs. Terabane here had the notion of spying on me, then of rummaging through my goods. I ask you, do I look like a cultist? Cultists don't tend to look like cultists, you know. That's kind of the whole problem. And you, Mr. Gwyrm, built a whole secret operation of buying and smuggling into the city. What was it? Oh, yeah. Magical weapons. How was I supposed to know that all the rigmarole was middlemen was so you could anonymously donate supplies to the crusade? Don't you see? I have a reputation to uphold, one that I value most highly. Orgus Gwyrm is a hard-nosed businessman, not a good fairy from a tale. Yes, I care about my city. Yes, I wish to see that its defenders, my defenders, were well-fed, healthy, and well-armed. But to make those donations openly was unthinkable. I might as well hang a sign outside my door, welcoming in every sponger, leech, and parasite in the city. I appreciate your help for the crusade. No jokes, you're an all-right bloke. But carrying on secret dealings in a city that's teeming with cultists is a huge pain in the backside for us lot whose job it is to keep an eye on that sort of thing. Anivia, how's the leg? The girl scrunches up her nose. Well, it hasn't fallen off yet, so that's good. They bandaged me up all nice and smeared some stinking stuff on the wound, so it looks like I'm going to live. They said wait a day and I'll be right as rain, so I'm waiting. What do you think is happening in the city now? Perhaps the city is no more. If Discari himself appeared, there's no telling how bad things are. Can you hold off writing our obituaries just yet? The city's full of fighters, and besides that, it's barely a stone's throw from Nerosean. I think our people will hold on long enough for reinforcements to come from the Queen. This ain't Discari's home turf. He's going to have to retreat or else fight off the whole Mendevian army. What do you think of the mongrels? I thought they were just a story, the sort of thing drunks in the tavern would come out with. Now I discover that it's true. Well, what can I possibly think of them? The poor creatures are most unfortunate, with their faces and their minds so deformed. It's a miracle they're even alive. The part that boggles my mind is that they're descendants of the first Crusaders. All these years they've been living beneath our feet, in caves, in the dirt. If I'd known the legends about them were true, I'd have dedicated my life to getting them out of this place. To what end? The people of Calabrese would have stoned them on sight, and Prelate Holron would have had them tossed on the pyre en masse. Whatever the ills of this place, it is their home. How long do you think they would have survived on the surface? What are you going to do when you get back to the surface? I'm going to go home. Last I knew, I owned a very fine mansion. I shall see if it's still standing, or if I am now homeless. I'm going to find Erebeth. She's my wife and the leader of the Eagle's Watch. As long as she lives, she won't allow Calabrese to fall. We have to go. Go on then and don't dilly-dally. The sooner we get out of here, the likely we are to find some people still alive up there. Take care of yourself. Alright. See, don't show tutorials. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. That's Gira. I think she's a shop owner. This is where I can rest. Don't show. And it doesn't matter. It's still going to show. And all that. And is there anything else? What's this?
Follow if you dare.
All right. Masterwork light. That's cool. Anything else? Cold iron. 1d6, 5d10. What else do I have here? Nope. Nothing else there particularly useful. Definitely nothing useful there. What's this? As if they are wearing armor. And no, you don't make use of that. Can you make use of it? No. Oh, anyone who's wearing armor. So, well, first of all, you don't need to be wearing armor. Oh, whoops. Like erasers. That's fine. Fine, I'll give it to you. You can have it. Okay. And got a couple of potions. Could probably use some more. No. But we'll pick up some. You there! A tall woman with a face deformed by an enormous swelling smiles broadly at you, showing off her double row of small, sharp teeth. You, from the surface. You must be tough to make it all the way here. Never thought I'd see the day. Call me Dyra. Let's trade. Who are you? People around here call me all sorts. Dyra the Hoarder, Dyra the Coin, Dyra the City Girl. Like that's a bad thing. I trawled the caves, picking up all kinds of things from the surface that wash down here through your swords. I trade all kinds of junk for food and clothes, but I only part with my best finds for coins. Got no coins? Forgot what money is? Well, then I have no use for you. If you want city goods, you need to pay for them with gold, like city folk. Why are you so eager to trade with me? Because everybody here are just like animals now. Dyra yells with surprising anger before being overcome with coughing. Wiping her mouth, she continues. Our forefathers living in the city like you. Our people love to reminisce about armies, knights, crusades, but I couldn't care less about that. Savages with clubs can fight a war. Only civilized folk can buy and sell. They've all forgotten what trading is. They've forgotten the value of gold. They barter hides for plant roots and go on about the feats of the Crusaders. Who cares about them? I don't need help remembering. I have coin and I have things to sell. Now let's trade like proper city folk. You sound like a true follower of Abadar. Who's that now? Never heard of him. Abadar is the god of cities, the patron of trade and civilization. After listening to your description of Abadar, Dyra nods solemnly. Yes, now that's a real deity. Nothing to do with useless idlers swinging swords. How'd you say it? Abadar? I'll make sure to pray to him. Maybe he'll help me visit a real market at least once in my life. Let's trade. Okay, lady, what do you have over here? I'm not buying one of those. Nope, I'm not buying any of that. I'm good. Anything else? I'm selling all this stuff because I don't feel like crafting isn't really fleshed out in the beta, so it's not useful really keeping all the supplies and things of that nature. In the main game, it might actually be useful to keep that stuff in your inventory. No way to know yet. Okay. Now, I think the hut is over here, right? Yes, let's go. It's time. We're heading out now. Land won't get in our way. Windog breathes in deeply through her nose, her eyes narrowing in concentration, like she's trying to taste the air, to detect even the faintest sense. Finally, she gives an approving nod. Were you watching me sleep or something? Windog snorts and turns away. You think I like looking at uplanders? I've got better things to do. Don't think you're special. Land won't get in our way. Where is he? On the way to his death if he decided to go it alone, or maybe he's in a hole somewhere crying about how lonely he is. I don't care either way. Are we just going to leave Horgus and Aneva here? Getting you all out at once will be difficult. We'll let the injured woman recover. Do you think I like knowing there are uplanders sitting in our village? But trying to drag an injured person through the maze would be suicide. And don't even get me started on the other one. He's not going to get off his backside unless we send a litter to carry him. Are you sure the maze is the only way to the surface? Windog hisses in irritation. Do I look like someone who doesn't know what she's talking about? Yes, I'm sure. There might be other ways, but not anywhere near here. I've never made it all the way through the maze, but every time I've smelled the change in the air. Anyone who can't has no business being in there. They're as good as dead. If you don't believe me, you can wait for another guide to show up, but no one apart from me will get you where you need to go. It's time for what exactly? To get you out of here. I'm keeping my word. Windog looks around. It's quiet now. The village has settled down. I know the shortest route to the maze. We'll take a boat. No one will see us. Are we still going to save the missing mongrels? Windog frowns. What? Oh, them. They're probably dead already. But if we meet anyone on the way, we won't just walk on by. At the end of the day, they are of the tribe. Let's go. It's time to get out of here. Windog nods. Right. And another thing. You could have chosen not to listen to me, but you did. That means you have real strength in you. A strong person can take the truth, even if they don't like it. And the truth was on my side. I want to say. Windog averts her eyes. Thank you. You saved the tribe from a stupid mistake. They're alive now because of you. Now let's go to the boats. We'll get there fastest by water. Lake at the Shield Maze. Up here? Oh. Nope. Bada boom. Alright, nothing here, nothing here. Nothing here, nothing here. We need to crawl through this crack in the doorway and then we're in. Trust me, I've done this plenty of times. Alright, let's go ahead and get you all leveled up. Actually, I should have taken an opportunity to get my spells right on this person before I slept, but it's fine. You know quite a bit about religion. Let's do it. Alright, nothing else for me. What about Paladin? What are you good at? You have knowledge of the world and you have persuasion. You have mobility, but we're gonna ignore that. Because, yeah, there's no way you're getting good mobility. So, you just know the world. And perception. You're gonna be right up front. I need you to be knowing what's going on.
We will win this war.
Also need you to be fighting defensively. Alright, what about you, girl? Definitely trickery for you. And sure, we can go with trickery and stealth. That works for me. And I want you to have battle ward. Oh, I also want you to have chat. But we're going to go with battle ward first. Give you a little more survivability. And then this one. Definitely mobility, because nobody else has that. But I'm not interested in you having perception. Because you're not one of the people who's way up close. I'm going to give you athletics instead. Or I can give you stealth. Let's see, who's going to be there with us? Oh no, Camellia's has stealth. So yeah, we're going to go with athletics for you. And then, what's it recommend? Oh, we can make your weapon focus the longbow. You already have that? No, you don't. Longbow. There we go. And you don't get any spells, so I don't have to worry about that now. Spell book. Start with you. Alright. Oh, wait. No. What am I thinking? He can, because I'm a herald, I can change all level 1 spells to summons. So it doesn't make sense to put a summon here. So considering that, Stunning Barrier is kind of nice. But you know, no, we're going to go magic weapon. One on magic weapon, and then, you know, no, he is not bothered with healing. He does not heal the living. That is beneath him. I don't care if technically it'd be useful right now. He doesn't do it. She can take over that role for right now. Okay. And that's all for now. Alright. Okay. We're going to go ahead and leave it here. I appreciate all of you who took the time to watch this video. I plan to definitely upload these regularly and get through an entire playthrough of the beta. Just keep in mind, even though the beta has released content up to Act 4, I can only do these videos up through Act 3. Because Act 4 is not completely finished and they've asked us not to display that information. But I definitely plan to do this series up through Act 3, as much content as they allow to be displayed. So hopefully you all will join me. I appreciate all the support and look forward to seeing you in the next video.